So today we're talking about what to do with the winter blues in January indoors if you're up north like myself here in Illinois in Garden Zone 5, where 90% of the time in January I am not outside and it is dark and gloomy out. So how do we make it bright inside in January? Well, let me show you some of the things that I have done, and I also want to hear from you. Give us your ideas too. Okay, so the first thing is a no-cost option, and that is to make sure your windows have been washed. Give them a nice clean. If there's any dirt or grime on your windows, it's gonna block some of that precious light that we want to come in. So give your windows a nice clean. You'll want to also wipe down your light bulbs just in case they have some dust on them, because that will also block the light. Okay, so lighting. We have all different kinds of options that we can use for lighting in our space. So in your living room, you could use floor lamps, table lamps, recessed lighting, an overhead lamp, candles, flameless candles that are either on a charger or battery operated is going to give us light. A fireplace with having your fire going, that's going to give us some light. So there's all different types of lighting you can use in your space. So use some different options. The ideal bulb is about 2700 Kelvin, which is going to give you that warm glow. Daylight bulbs are going to give you more of that cooler tone. So if you're wanting more of the warmer tone, go to that 2700 area for your bulbs when you're buying your light bulbs for your lamps. So then mirrors. Mirrors are so important in your room. Mirrors are going to reflect light from your windows. If you place a mirror directly across from a window, when that light shines in, it'll reflect on that mirror and make your space not only bigger, which is a bonus, it's also going to make it feel brighter. You can do that with different placements. It doesn't have to be a wall mirror. Maybe you have a bookcase that you want to put a easel type mirror on, a smaller mirror. Wherever it can reflect light, that is going to help, and it's also going to, like I said, make it look bigger. The next thing is greenery. We want greenery and lots of greenery. This ties in with the mirror though too. I think it really helps when you add greenery in front of the mirror. Not only are you getting that light, that bigger feel, it's also reflecting that greenery, and greenery just makes us feel good in the wintertime because it's something that's normal outside in the summertime. So bringing that inside either in real plant form or faux plants, and they do make beautiful faux plants. Now you just have to look for them. I was out the other day and Home Goods is already starting to get some of their springtime faux plants in, and I had to do a double take on a few of them because they looked so real. So that is the secret on that, is make sure that it does look real if you're going to use faux plants. I like faux ferns. I found this really nice one at Hobby Lobby. And I wasn't too crazy about the container. So if it is already in the container and you do not like the container, that's an easy fix. The tip on that is just take a serrated knife and cut around that styrofoam, pull that out, and you can put your faux plant into a container of your choice. And that is what I did. And like I said, I think ferns look so realistic and give you that airy feel and that greenery feel. So just tuck those around your space. They can go on bookcases, fireplaces, in tables. If they're bigger, floor space, very nice for vertical floor space, takes up room, makes that greenery come inside. Real flowers, fresh cut flowers. Now, if you are like me and love fresh cut bouquets, this is the time you want to treat yourself, especially in January. But anytime during the winter, when you're not able to go out and cut flowers from your garden, it's a must. On your grocery list or wherever you pick up your fresh bouquets, make sure you have that wrote down, that you pick up just a fresh little bouquet of flowers to add to your area. Just makes you feel lighter, having that garden feel in. Now you can also do this with artwork. Now this won't be for everyone, but if you do like landscape pictures or floral art pictures, this is a great time to add those into your space, especially if they're in that gardeny feel or if they're a lighter palette color. It's going to bring that garden in even more, and it's always just really nice to have a picture that reminds you of the outdoors. Even if you're not getting all of that sunlight right now, you can use that. Okay, our next thing is paint. Now your walls, what color do you want to paint your walls? If you're wanting it to feel bright and light, you're going to want to go with a light color paint. An off-white, my walls are alabaster. There's lots of great options out there. Now I do know the trend right now is to do warm walls, and you just have to know yourself and know if that's something that you like. I have tried that in the past. I've went with a dark color before and I just did not care for it, especially in the north where we have so much darkness in the winter time, with not only it getting darker earlier, but it's just darker anyway. We just don't get as much sun. And then you put a dark wall color on top of that. It was just too depressing for me. Another thing you can do is if you have dark colored furniture, you might want to add some light colored throws, light colored pillows, textiles to your furniture to lighten it up. You can also do different fabrics. Maybe right now you have furs on there, some dark furs. If you want, you could switch it out for bouclés or some cashmere-like, or something lighter and giving you that lightness if you want to do that. Now in my case, I have white furniture and white walls, so right now I have darker pillows and darker throws on there, and I'm fine with that because I have the balance of all the other white. So it just depends on your space and what works for you. Okay, so what are some other things? Of course, scent. Scent is so important. So you need to pick your favorite candle that energizes you, and have those candles going. That's going to give you some warm glow. If you don't like candles, essential oils, or maybe you make your own special recipe on your stove and put together some different spices and some citrus and make a nice essential oil type smell like that. It's up to you, but scent is very important in wintertime, and we got to make that scent make it smell good in our homes too, and invigorate us even when it doesn't look like it outside. Okay, now on your decor, if you use any metallics on your decor or golds, silvers on picture frames, now light will reflect off of those too, so you will get some shimmer off of candlesticks or picture frames, or different if you have little decor items that are in those golds or silvers. So that's an added bonus. Your coffee tables, if you're in right now shopping for end tables, coffee tables, you may want to think about glass. Glass is great for reflecting light. It's also good if you're dealing with a smaller space and you're trying to make it look open and airy, where a solid wood piece is going to give it a heavier feel, not only, and it's going to make it feel smaller just because of the visual weight of that piece. So glass is a wonderful option for end tables, coffee tables. Okay, so another important thing are your curtains and your curtain placement. So the older way to do this that I actually still have some curtains that are like this, is you bring your rod to where it's right above your trim. And then it finishes right here at the corner of where your trim finishes. So what that does, let me show you. If we have one panel and it ends right there, our curtain panel is going to be blocking a lot of our natural daylight coming in. So this is how it looks, and look how much light I lost and how much darker it is. So by taking the curtain rod and putting it out farther on each side of the window, at least 12 inches, depending. Now I have two panels here. So if you would only do one panel, then you wouldn't have to do as much. But what you want to do is have your curtain start where your trim is and that exposes the whole entire window. So you're getting more light. So just you can see the difference that makes on this side versus this side, how much light we're losing by not having our curtain rods go out farther. And also by taking that curtain rod higher, I'm not only framing out the window, I'm giving it more height and visual appearance. This is an 8-foot ceiling, so I'm making the room appear bigger on top of letting more light in. So if you are shopping for new curtain panels, I just purchased these curtains last month. And I can put the link down below for you. I really like them. They are so pinch pleated, so you don't have to do anything special. They're on just a regular rod. Okay, so do you have a spot in your home that gets the most sunlight in the wintertime? In my case, that would be my office because I have south windows in my home office. Put a chair, if possible, next to those windows and make a cozy corner for you to use every day that sun is out. We love going in there when the sun's out. I'll take my coffee in there and sit down in January in the wintertime, take a book, and just have that vitamin D sunshine coming right in that window. So if you have a window somewhere in your house that gets lots of sunshine, can you turn it into a cozy nook? Have you already turned it into a cozy nook and enjoying it? So what else? What are some other options that you use in the wintertime to combat those winter blues in your home to make it feel brighter and lighter? Well, I gave you lots of ideas today, lots of different things that you could do to make it feel lighter and brighter as you get through your winter blues in January. I hope that was helpful. And if you would like to see how we put this room together a couple months ago with a few things, watch that makeover next. Have a great week, and I will see you next week.